With Blender now set up for 3D printing and millimeter precision, let's bring in an STL and edit it up. Let's go to File, Import, STL. Now find the file that you're wanting to edit. This one here is down in the description and click Import. Now if you don't know how to move around in Blender, use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out, hold down the middle mouse button to rotate around, and it is Shift and the middle mouse button to pan around. This is something called a mesh object. You want to edit the mesh inside of the object. To go inside of the object, press Tab to go into edit mode. In here you can see that it's all triangulated because it's an STL, so let's simplify this file. Let's press A to make sure everything is selected, press X, and then here we'll find limited dissolve. Then I'm going to open up the operator panel here and limit that to 0.1, and you'll see that that has deleted all of the extra mesh that's not needed. Now I quickly want to find out the distance of this because I want this to fit my desk. So let's go over to the measure tool here, hold down Control for snapping, and click and drag from one vertex to the other. So that's 50 millimeters, a little bit big for me, so I'm going to press X to remove that, W for selection, and then I'm going to try and select all of that right there. You'll see that we cannot select through mesh. To select through mesh, we need to go into X-ray view, so that is Alt-Z, and now we'll be able to select through the mesh itself. I'll press Alt-Z once again, and now I just want to point out that right this minute, up here in the middle, we are in snapping of increments. I want to snap to vertex, and I also want to point out that this green line here is the y-axis, and you can see that from this little gizmo on the top right. So when we move this by pressing G for grab, and then Y to constrain it to the y-axis, and then hold down Control to snap it to a vertex, we have that in that place there. So we can press G, Y once again, and put in a unit input. I'm going to put in 18 for my desk and press Enter. Now I'm not too happy with the design of this file, so I want to add a bevel right here. So I'm going to select that vertex there, hold down Control and select the one down at the bottom to do a chain selection. And I just want to show you that this isn't going to work when I add a bevel right this minute. So Control B for a bevel, pull that out and use the scroll wheel to add more segments. And that is really not what I'm wanting. So I'll Control Z that. Now there's many reasons why that didn't work, but that's out of the scope of this video. I'll press 2 for edge selection, select this edge here, press X, and I'm going to dissolve that edge. I also need to go back into vertex selection with 1. I'm going to select this vertex and that vertex and add an edge there with the shortcut of J. This joins them and cuts the face at the same time. I'm going to go to the other side and do exactly the same thing. So right here and right here, press J, and that joins them and cuts that face. Then I'll select that bottom vertex once again, Control, select that top one, go Control B, and now I'll be able to do that bevel once again without a problem. I'll put in 15 to make that a 15 millimeter bevel, use the scroll wheel to add more segments, and left click. So I'm happy with that design now, so I'll press Tab to go back into object mode, but now I need to check that this is ready for 3D printing. To do that, I need to add something to Blender, and that's called an add-on. I'm going to go over to Edit, then Preferences, and right here where it says Add-ons, I'm going to search Print, and here you'll find the 3D print toolbox. Turning this on adds something to Blender, and you can find that by pressing N to open up the side menu here, and you'll find the 3D print toolbox option right there. With this selected, click check all, and you'll see that there's going to be a couple of problems, but don't worry, we're going to be using the cleanup of the 3D print toolbox. I'll click distort, then make manifold. I'm going to put this all the way down of the merge distance to 0.1, hit enter, give that one last check now, and you'll see that we're all down to zeros. That is perfectly ready for 3D printing. Let's press N to hide the side menu, file, and make sure you save your file at this point, but I'm just going to go straight to save, then go to export and STL right there. Select where it is I'm going to export this. So I'll select it over here, call it edit. I like to always make sure that I go selection only, so only what I have selected in my scene will get exported, and click export. Don't forget that this is just the tip of the iceberg for Blender. So if you're looking to learn more, I have an entire free precision-based course here on YouTube. It's over 10 hours long, very technically deep, but you make one tiny little model while doing it. However, if you're looking to learn Blender for 3D printing through actual projects, head on over to Maker Tales Academy, where you can learn everything you need for Blender for 3D printing. And all the links for everything I've just mentioned are going to be down in the description. A huge thank you to my Patreons. Without you, I really would not be able to make Maker Tales. It really means the world to me. And if you're enjoying what I'm making here and you think I'm worthy of your support, I would love to see you there too. And don't forget that we have a Discord, and that's linked down in the description. Thank you for watching, keep making, and let the quest continue.